All right, this is the test review of the practice test. We'll talk through these questions and talk about the process here. So, question 1, which of the following expressions are fourth degree binomials? So, we've got two vocab words there. One is binomial, right? So that means two terms. And then the second one is the fourth degree. So that'll be the one we'll have to pay more attention to, because each of these, there's a binomial. Binomial. And actually, I guess this one is a trinomial. So that one's out. So when we talk degrees, fourth degree means it is the highest. What is the exponent sum in the highest term? So we have a 1 and a 1 here for degree 2. We have a 2 and a 1 for degree 3. So degree 3 is what we would call that one. This one has a 1 and a 3 for a 4. This has a 1 and a 1 for a 2. So that's a fourth degree. It's a binomial. There's 1. Let's see if D works. I've got a 1 and a 1 for a 2. I have a 1 and a 2 and a 1. Again, it's the sum. So 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. So there's a fourth degree as well. Remember, it's the sum of all of the exponents within a single term, not within the polynomial. So we don't add the 4 in, we don't add the 4 and the 2 here. We just say 1 plus 3 is 4 and call it good there. All right, question 2 and 3 are going to be right in standard form and then name. So essentially we're just combining terms here. So I have 5x squared and negative 7x squared. I've got a negative 3x and an 11x. I have 8 and 13, and then we had that 2x cubed. So in standard form, we go highest degree first, so that's the 2x cubed. There was nothing to add or subtract to it. I can scratch that out now. Next is going to be the x squareds. I have a 5 minus 7, so that's going to be negative 2x squared. Next is the x's. I've got negative 3 plus 11. That's 8. And then for numbers, I have 8 plus 13, which is 21. So there's it written in standard form, but descending order. Degree 3, degree 2, degree 1. This would be a 4-term cubic because of the 3. Polynomial. We slide over. This one's subtraction. So my suggestion when we did subtraction was rewrite this, except everything in the second parenthesis is going to switch signs. So 4x squared becomes negative, 5x becomes negative, and negative 9 becomes positive. And now, again, it's just an exercise in combining terms. So we've got some x's, I've got some x squareds, and I've got some constants. So let's put this all together and see what we got. We start with our x squared. That's our highest degree, and it was negative. Then we're going to go 3x minus 5x for negative 2x. And then we're going to go negative 9 plus 9, which would be 0. So we write it like that. We would call this a quadratic because of the degree 2. Quadratic binomial because of the two terms. All right, number 5 is find the product. So we're gonna just multiply here, just distribute. When we're distributing or multiplying, remember we're gonna multiply the numbers, and then exponents that have the same base will add. So I'm gonna see -3 times 2 here are -6. I'm gonna see y to the 2nd times y to the 4th, which gets me y to the 6th. I'm going to see -3 times -5, which gets me to 15, positive. Y squared times y squared is y to the 4th. And then -3y squared times -3 will be -9. And then y squared. For those of you that like using the box, you could set this up like this. And then go through your process there, which leads us to the next one where we'll suggest using that. I'm going to put x minus 5 here, 2x plus 3 here. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times -5 is -10x. 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times -5 is -15. These two spots always combine. Start in the upper left corner, 2x squared. 3x minus 10x is -7x, and then minus 15. 3y minus 2 squared. And this is a special case, so there is a shortcut you could take. Biggest thing is remember that we're actually doing 3y minus 2 times 3y minus 2. We should get 9y squared minus 12y plus 4. If we use our special case, if we put our box together, 3y minus 2, 3y minus 2, 3y times 3y is 9y squared, 3y times -2 is -6y. We'll do that again, and then -2 times -2 is 4, giving us 9y squared. Again, remember these two will add together for -12y. And then plus 4. Shortcut was square this, which gives us 9y squared. Square this, which gives us the 4. And then multiply 3y times -2, which was -6y. And then we multiply that by 2, which gave us -12y. That was your middle term. Where 8 is another special case. You can see they're exactly the same except opposite signs. It's going to be 4x squared minus 25 when we're all said and done. And I know that because I'm going to square the 2x. That's 4x squared. And I'm going to take 5 times -5, which is -25. And what we're going to see when we put the box together is that the middle terms will cancel out. So 2x plus 5, 2x minus 5, 4x squared in the upper left, 10x in the upper right, -10x in the bottom left, and -25 in the bottom right. And as forecasted, those two are opposites. Those two would cancel out, leaving us just 4x squared minus 25. We'll hit pause there and we'll do part 2 in the next video.